I welcome you all to this video. In this video, we'll be discussing about different career options in science. This video is mainly aimed at students who are in high school or just finished high school and are confused about choosing the right undergrad programs and right institutes to pursue science. After higher secondary second year, basically there are a lot of opportunities. But before we go into understand what are the opportunities available, it's really important for us to understand how higher education is set up in India. India has a university setup. It has wide varieties of universities, which include central universities, state universities, private universities, deemed universities, and institutes of national importance. What are basically central universities? Central universities are the group of universities which are distributed across the country. It was established by the Act of Parliament. It functions under Department of Higher Education by MHRD. Can they have affiliated colleges? No, it cannot have affiliated colleges, but it does provide few degrees to few courses offered at very selected institutions. Okay, what are state universities? As the name suggests, state universities are governed by the state government. Any decision taken by the chief minister or the education minister of the state will be applicable to these state universities. Okay, for example, Tamil Nadu will have its own state universities. Karnataka will have its own state universities. Okay, can these state universities have affiliated colleges? Yes, they provide degrees to courses offered at affiliated colleges. For example, Anna University can provide degrees to courses offered at its own affiliated colleges. Okay, next is private universities. Private universities also come under the state government, but they are not legally permitted to establish affiliated colleges. Next is deemed universities. Deemed universities come under Department of Higher Education, MHRD. They are also not legally permitted to establish affiliated colleges. Next is institutes of national importance. Institutes of national importance are my personal favorites. They include all the IITs, IIMs, SPAs, ICERTs, NICERTs, NIDs, all these institutes. They also come under the Department of Higher Education, MHRD. Okay, now after higher secondary second year, basically you can pursue a lot of courses, but I'm here to give you a few list of courses. Maybe I would say it's a small sample which you pick up from the larger sample space. Okay, you can do BSc, you can do Integrated Masters of Science, which includes both BSc and MSc. You'll have to do 5 years of coursework with maybe few projects. But you will be given MSc degree at the end of 5th year. So this is Integrated Masters of Science. You can do BSc, you can do BS, you can do BStat, you can do BMAT, you can do MS, you can do BE, you can do BTech, you can do BArch, you can do MBBS, you can do BDS, you can do BPharm, you can do BSc in Agriculture, you can do a dual degree program which includes both BS and MS. You can do BSc in Optoelectronics. You can do BSc in Optometry. You can do BTech in Optics and Optoelectronics. You can do BSc in Hospitality Administrations. So these are basically the list of courses which you can do from the previously said universities. Okay. This should be a process, right? This should be a process of getting admitted into these universities. What is the general process? Initially, you should have minimum qualification of higher secondary second year pass. Okay, you should have passed the higher secondary board exam with a minimum percentage of 55%. After which you have to write an entrance exam. If at all your desirable university demands an entrance exam, you have to check. You have to first check what is the university that you want to study, and then find out if that university hosts an entrance exam. If it hosts, you should write an entrance exam and get a good score out of it. After that, you have to write the application to the respective university, either offline or online, and find out if they have an interview process. If they have, go attend the interview, and if you get through the interview, you'll be admitted to the respective university. Okay, now we'll analyze the type of universities case by case. First comes is the central universities. Okay, almost all of the central universities offer BSc and integrated MSc courses. What is the minimum education qualification that you need to get into a central university? You should have passed higher secondary second year with a minimum percentage of 55% as previously said. Okay, do they have an entrance exam? Yes, they have either CUSET or university specialized entrance exam. You have to find from the university website if they need CUSET or university specialized entrance exam. It depends on the central university which you're looking for. Okay, you can learn more about the central universities and CUSET from the link which we have given in the description. After writing the entrance exam, fill in the application and crack the interview, and you're good to go. Yeah. Okay, next comes is institutes of national importance. These are prestigious institutions of the country. It includes AIIMS, IITs, NITs, ISERs, IIMs, NIDs, SPAs, NIPERs, and also a few universities come under institutes of national importance. Okay, these institutes are extremely prestigious, and anyone getting a degree from these institutes are expected to outperform their source of field because of their fulfilling course curriculum. Okay, because these institutes are extremely exceptional, let's take these institutes case by case and explore the process of getting into each of them. Okay. First comes is AIIMS, All India Institute of Medical Sciences. This institute hosts prestigious medical courses of the world. After your plus 2, after your higher secondary second year, if at all you want to be a doctor, if you want to take MBBS courses, this should be your first choice. Okay, we should know how many institutes are there, how many seats are there and all this, right? Okay, as of 2020, there are 15 institutes which are operating, but 8 more are coming up. It is expected to be operational by 2025. Okay, for Tamil Nadu students, you have a happy news. We have AIIMS coming in Madurai. So you can, it's very near and it should be good because it is AIIMS. Okay. How do you get admitted to AIIMS? You have to clear NEET UG, it is an entrance exam conducted by NTA. Okay. Next comes is IITs, Indian Institute of Technology. IITs host very good engineering programs and BS in physics degree courses. If either of the course is your choice, then this institute should be your first choice. Okay. There are 23 IITs, and as of 2019, total number of seats for undergraduate programs is 13,375. I'm warning you here, there are 13,376 seats in all the IITs for undergraduate programs, but people who are competing for these 13,000 seats will be in lakhs. So you have to be really, really hardworking to get into these IITs. How do you get into IIT? Admission to IIT is based on IIT JEE score. IIT JEE is the entrance exam. You have to write and get a good score to get into one of the IITs. Okay, one of the most attractive things is that when you study in these institutes, they will pay you 5,000 rupees per month throughout your course period. So far, you would have paid money and studied from any institute. Isn't it really amazing when they pay you for studying? Yes. So if you want to get paid and study, go to IIT by cracking IIT JEE exam. Also, there are many important successful people of the world are from IITs. Hence, if you want to become one, go to one. For example, Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google, is from IIT Kharagpur. So if you want to become a great person, maybe choose an IIT and study. I'm not saying if you're not going to IITs, you're not going to become good, but these are exceptional institutes. So if you're going there, it's an exposure. The exposure that you'll be getting is broad and good. So you want that, right? Everybody wants that. So yeah, if you crack IIT JEE exam, you can do undergraduate from IITs. NITs, National Institute of Technologies. NIT also hosts very good engineering programs and physics BS degree course. There are 31 institutes, and as of 2019, the total number of seats for undergrad programs is 21,133. And how do you get into NIT? You have to write IIT JEE score. And for Tamil Nadu students, NIT Trichy is a nearby one, and it has very good physics programs. Okay, when you study in these institutes, they will pay you rupees 5,000 per month throughout your course period. IISER, Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research. IISERs are my personal favorites. They host an integrated MSc program which includes excellent course curriculum. There are 7 institutes in total, and the total number of seats for undergraduate program was about 1,325. ICIT Tripati is a nearby one for all Tamil Nadu students, and it hosts very good physics programs. Admission to ISER is based on IIT-JEE score, KVPY score, or ISER aptitude test score. Okay, when you study in these institutes, they are going to pay you 5,000 rupees per month throughout your course period. NISER, National Institute of Science Education and Research. NISER is in Odisha and has fantastic science programs. NISER hosts integrated MSc program, and admission to NISER is based on NEST. You have to write an entrance exam called NEST, which means National Entrance Screening Test, to get admitted into NISER. NID, National Institute of Design. NIDs host an undergrad program in design and are taught by wonderful artists of the world. There are 3 institutes in the country, and the total number of seats for undergrad programs is about 100. NID Ahmedabad is the one with good UG program. Admission to NID is based on an entrance exam called NEED, National Entrance Examination in Design. So if you want to get admitted into NID, you have to write NEED and get good scores so that you can get admitted into NID and taught by wonderful artists of the world. Okay, SPA, Schools of Planning and Architecture. SPA hosts an undergrad program in architecture or planning, which is B.Arch or B.Plan. And these are taught by best professionals of the world. There are 3 institutes in the country, and the total number of seats for undergrad programs was about 141. SPA Delhi is ranked 7th in Asia's architecture programs, which is really good. Admission to SPA is based on G score. So you have to write G for the architecture program to get admitted into any of the SPs. Next is IIMs, Indian Institute of Management. IIMs host excellent UG and PG programs in management and are ranked top in the country. There are 20 institutes in total, and there are 2 institutes, which is IIM Indore and IIM Rohtak, offering a 5-year integrated management program, which includes both BBA and MBA. How do you get admitted into IIM? It is based on IPMAT scores, which stands for Integrated Program in Management Aptitude Test scores. So if you want to do an integrated management program from any of the IIMs, which is basically IIM Indore or IIM Rohtak, you have to write IPMAT. Other remarkable institutes include IISc, Indian Institute of Science, which is located in Bangalore. It has very good undergrad programs in science as well as engineering. The speciality of this institute is that the students will be provided with a good research atmosphere. If you want to get into IISc, you have to write either IIT-JEE or KVPY. IIST, speciality of IIST is that most of the aeronautical engineers from ISRO will be from IIST. So if you want to become an engineer in ISRO, you have to do aeronautical programs from IIST, Indian Institute of Space and Technology. How do you get admitted into IIST? Write IIT-JEE. Based on your IIT-JEE score, you can get admitted into IIST. CMI, Chennai Mathematical Institute. How do you get admitted into CMI? You have to write CMI's entrance examination. Birla Institute of Science and Technology also has very good engineering and science programs. You have to write BITSAT to get admitted into Birla Institute of Science and Technology. Okay. Also, how do you know which institute is best, right? There are some rankings which you can go through, which will be available at nirfindia.org. Okay. Coming to state universities. Okay. State universities are public universities that are run by the state government, as we previously said. Okay, Anna University, Bardhan University, Andhra University, Bangalore University are some of the examples of state universities. We have given a list of state universities in the description box. You can check them out. Private universities. Private universities are run by either societies or private organizations. SRM University, Himalayan University, Amity University, and Indus University are some of the examples of private universities. We have given a list of private universities in the description box. You can find them. Field study, yes. I really encourage every student to do a field study before taking admission from any university. But how to do a field study, right? We have given a list of universities in the description. Go to the university's official website. Download the course syllabus for the academic year. For example, if you want to pursue BE in computer science, go to the university website and find the course syllabus for BE in computer science for the current academic year. And also parallelly go to one of the IITs, for example IIT Kharagpur or IIT Kanpur, whichever hosts BE computer science program. Download the syllabus of BE computer science and compare these two in parallelly. And we can maybe check if the university is if the university is updating the syllabus or not. This is one of the ways. Or the second way is that you have to check the placement cell, because if at all you want to find a job after your undergrad, you need to find out what are the companies that are coming to the institutes that you're going to get admission, right? So check with the placement cell and find out what are the companies that are visiting the university. If at all you are aiming to work with particular company after your undergrad, check if the particular company is visiting the university. You can maybe call or check online or write an email to them. You can check in multiple ways. But what I personally recommend is that, the information is available everywhere, but the truth of how do you evaluate the truth of the information? It's really tough. So I would advise every student to go to the university personally and interact with the students who are studying there, so that you can get a personal feedback from the students. You can actually see what's happening there. That's the best way to check things. Yeah, we are good to go now. If you prepared all these things, I think you should be good to go. Thank you.